IBM Bob has this really great feature called Modes, where you can tailor Bob's behavior for specific tasks or workflows. So what are they? How do they work? What are some examples of things that you can do with these modes? Can you see one in action? In this video, I'm going to cover all of that, but I will kick things off with a custom demo of modes in action. All right, so we have an example application here. This is just a RESTful API for managing tasks and to-do items. For demonstration purposes, we really don't care what it does. I don't want to get too caught up on that. We have this application here, several different Python files, and what we're going to do is actually go out and document this application. So what I'm going to do first is essentially document this without the documentation writer mode. And then I'm going to build a brand new documentation writer mode. So essentially an expert in documentation, and then run through that process again so we can see the differences between those two. All right, so I'm going to go out here to Bob and say, I want to document this TaskFlow API demo project, and we're going to save it with this name, TaskFlow API doc before Bob mode. So we're going to let that go to town here. So first it's going to essentially read the files in the directory, so you can see it's looking at the different Python files and the text files. All right, so now we are off and it is building essentially this base documentation for us. All right, so it looks like we finished. We have about 300 lines of documentation. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right, so it gives us a little bit of information about what was created. And now I'm going to go into the settings and we're actually going to take a look at the modes. All right, so I'm in settings now. This is just the general page where we can see usage. We can do things within MCP servers, customize our chat, but what we are interested in are these modes here. So you can see that I have several different modes. Some of these are built in, just like plan, code, advanced, ask. These are just the standard modes that are included. We can also add modes, add custom modes. That's what we're going to do here in a second. And there's also a library, essentially a growing marketplace of different modes that are already out there, like a code reviewer, a code teacher, fast API coder. There's all kinds of different modes out there. There's one for the watsonx Orchestrate ADK, and I use that one quite often. But what we're going to do is actually add a new project mode. So we could add these at a global level or at a project level. So I'm going to do one at a project level. And just to make life easier, I have the files, essentially what I want to put in there already, so I can just copy and paste that. So let's go over here, go into our project modes, and we're going to add this custom mode here. So this is a documentation writer. This is, we're defining the role that it's going to play. So this is a highly skilled software engineer with extensive knowledge in programming languages, frameworks, design patterns, best practices, expert technical documentation specialist, and it goes on from there. Then we define when to use this mode. So essentially, when do I need to, or when I'm working with Bob, when does it need to call out to this mode to take advantage of it? What is a description? And essentially, what are the custom instructions that we want to give for this mode? And something that I really want to point out here is that this allows you to apply these standards at an enterprise level, so you have this consistency. So just imagine if you are building something from scratch and you have these modes out there of, like, if we're building a brand new web application or mobile application or whatever it may be, what are the things that we need to do and repeat every single time? So those can be sitting there, they can be leveraged. Maybe you have a code review mode where you have this certain set of things that's going to go through every time when you do a code review, or maybe when you generate unit tests, or maybe when you check for security issues. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And we'll get into some examples later. I'll show you a list of some really cool examples. But I just want you to think about that. So it's not just how do I write better documentation. This is just one example of how we can do that. So essentially a way to really enforce best practices, company standards, quality checks, all that good stuff. And you can, if we read through the custom instructions, we could really see that. All right, so let's save this. And now we are going to go back. And I'm going to look here. We're going to make sure, all right, documentation writer, our mode here is enabled. And now we're going to do this here, and we're going to name this one after Bob mode. All right, so now we are creating our brand new documentation. So we'll let that run here for a second. All right, so now we've created our brand new documentation. That is leveraging our new code documentation writer mode that we enabled. Just, scrolling down through here, this is much longer. If I look at the task completed here, we can review essentially how much more was done. We're talking about error handling, best practices, troubleshooting section, and it actually calls out key improvements over basic documentation. So over 1,000 lines of comprehensive content. Something I want to do just to make it a little bit easier on the eyes. We're gonna put that one over here. All right, so this is our before documentation. I mean, nothing wrong with it necessarily. So just, kind of giving us the basics. If we look over here at our new one, you can see how much nicer this is, especially if we were to put this into, GitHub or something like that. So way more in-depth information, and I could scroll for a very long time. We can see just how much better that documentation is. All right, and as promised, I did want to show some examples of some really cool example modes that could be created. And yes, you can use Bob to actually help you write these if you like. So these are just some really cool examples. So we have them kind of broken out by different categories, so around development and code quality. So you could do a code reviewer mode, test writer mode, refactoring specialist mode, and we can see examples of here, like so for test writer mode, write tests for this authentication module. Security and compliance, a security auditor mode or a compliance checker mode. So yeah, check if this handles PII according to GDPR or HIPAA, whatever it may be. For DevOps and infrastructure, we could have an infrastructure as code mode or a CI/CD pipeline builder mode. On the data and analytics side, data migration specialist mode, SQL optimizer mode. I could have used that in a previous life. Front end, user experience, migration, modernization, a prompt engineer mode for AI, mobile development mode. Again, the list goes on and on, but I did want to just show you, oh, this is a code documentation, right? There's all kinds of different things that we could do. And just to reiterate here, if you are using Bob in an enterprise environment, this gives you the ability to have those enterprise standards in place. So when you ship out this code, when you make these changes, when you modernize, when you use AI, whatever it may be, you can apply these standards across the board. And I do want to point out, just because I did not point this out before, one of the modes that's already built in is an orchestrator mode. So it actually coordinates tasks across multiple modes. So it's not like you have to go out there and pick that mode. When you need it, it automatically, based on that whole thing where you define when to use this mode, it'll go ahead and grab that for you. All right, that's all I have to show today. I hope this has been helpful. I want to show more and more Bob stuff. I'm really excited about it. I've really enjoyed working with it. So if this was helpful for you, if you liked it, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.